Tutti frutti, go loot it. Whoa, tutti frutti.
Right, 1 second.
All right, props. Welcome to another episode of
Who the is MISSYFIT?
Yeah.
Shout out to Lydia. We love our merch, Lydia. KinksGirl68 on Instagram.
68, Lydia Krug, my anagram twin, L. Krug.
L. Krug, Roger Klug. Weird.
Speaking of KinksGirl68, we're here to talk about the Kinks, yeah?
Yeah, we are.
Our new release. Woohoo!
Whoop, 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 whoop. Pew, 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 pew.
La 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 la.
The song Wonderboy, it's a deep track. Like Kinks fans will know it. What an amazing little song. I mean, Ray Davis is just one of my fave writers. I mean, he just writes these little songs that are just so gigantic.
Yeah, they seem so innocuous sometimes in a way, but they're very deep and like mystical and wise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially that song Big Sky. I mean, that's on Village Green, but this one is like, it presents like just a playful little bop, like a little ditty. But when you look at the lyrics, you're like, oh, dang. Oh. Wonderboy. Everybody's looking for the sun. People strain their eyes to see, but I see you and you see me, and ain't that wonder.
Time is as fast as the slowest thing. Life is only.
That's true, though. Time is as fast as the slowest thing. I mean, what is time anyway?
It's a construct.
Day is as light as your brightest dreams. Night is as dark as you feel it ought to be.
It's deep, man.
Ray.
Come on, Ray.
I want you to hear this. I want you to hear our version of Wonderboy. Dare to dream.
Life is only what you conjure. I mean, that's some freaking Alice in Wonderland shit right there. It's like your perceptions are your reality, and it's true.
It is true. So we were working on an original. This is my memory of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. We were working on an original song.
To the Lighthouse?
It could have been To the Lighthouse. And I believe you recorded a vocal take. And when we finished with the take, I said, you know what? We need to record Wonderboy. And I started playing the piano to the drum beat I just recorded. And you were like, when did you do that? I was like, just now, when you were recording your vocal.
Oh, yeah. And I don't remember exactly what we were recording at the time, but I remember being like, we need a palate cleanser. Mm-hmm. Like, let's do something for fun.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I had this drum track. And so as we are wont to do, following the energy, getting distracted very easily.
Where the energy is, whenever we decide between the million projects we've started and haven't finished.
We just laid it down like in a 2-hour Zoom meeting. I mean, you watched me record the piano one take.
Unbelievable. And he just was like a magician, just like whoop, whoop, whoop. He laid it like the bed, like the track, the backing track, all the instrumentation, like while I was recording something else, like he was on mute. I was just like, no, and then he sent it to me, like bounced it to me in that moment. I was like, you gotta be
in the same session. And then you recorded the vocals. We did, a couple takes of your lead, and then you did all the la, la, la in the background. And
one session, wham, it was like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Everything in that session, everything on the track was recorded in one session, except for the electric guitar, which then I obsessed over that because every time I was like, it's got to have an electric guitar. And then every time I put something on, I was like, I'm ruining it.
Yeah. So the actual creation of it was like birthed very quickly. And then there was a toiling phase before we actually sent it out into the world on all
that is a maxim that I've learned is true. The last 10% takes 90% of the work.
That's true.
It is true. Finishing it off.
Like the editing is a process in and of itself. Like with writing poetry, like that's the whole other, that's an art form in and of itself, the editing part.
Mm-hmm. So there was like a jazz guitar version.
Life is full of work and plunder. Easy go, life is not real.
There was like a Hawaiian-y, like whoop.
Wonderboy, life's just begun. Turn your sorrow into one.
Yeah, very Don Ho. And then I finally settled into what we came up with. And there was one other thing that wasn't recorded in the initial session, and I think you know what I'm thinking of. So
bongos
oh right, no, the bongos
and the egg.
That's right. I recorded a bongo track that it was actually me banging on the back of a.
It sounds very much like
my
bongo.
garbage guitar, and that didn't make the final cut. No,
they're very cool, but
I'm talking about right. You had to bail, or we had to bail, and then like later that afternoon, I wanted to send you the track, a rough mix of it, and I was like, we never did backing vocals on the second bridge. Like, I want to know what that sounds like. So I literally grabbed a mic and went ooh, 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 and like boom, and sent it to you. And
what
you
did you
heard it.
do? You grabbed the mic.
What did you say when you heard it?
I said, did you pull those from another thing that I recorded for?
Like, is that me? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, how did you do that with my voice when we hadn't recorded those?
And I was like, well, it's not your voice. And then you were like, did you bring another girl in to sing those?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Well, you might have been kidding. I probably have it. You want me to find it on my phone?
Let the evidence show that I was.
I don't know. I'm not going to search for it.
Not jealous.
And then in typical MISSYFIT form, you were like, they're great. And I was like, no, I want you to do it.
I wanted them to be you singing.
Yeah, which would have been kind of funny, like me come in and sing, make a cameo. But then I was like, no,
I actually did make it in there.
But then I wanted you to sing them.
So I re-recorded them.
So you re-recorded them. And then you liked my choir better, and I liked your choir better. So we used one for each. And here's what I think we should do. I don't think we should say which one is which. I think we won't tell until.
Let them guess.
Whose is whose?
How many people should comment and say, I want to know who did which one?
I think they should guess.
Whose ooze is whose?
Oh, maybe we'll tell someday. But for now, it's going to be a mystery. So one of the sets of the ooze is all you, and one of the sets of the ooze is all me. Everything
Honestly,
else,
I don't think I even know or remember.
yeah. Everything else is you. I'm not doing any of the la la la's. That's all you.
But it was nice because it's like a male falsetto has a different quality than a female like mix.
It does.
In the same range.
Mm-hmm. You just used some glossary terms there.
Yes.
Falsetto, mix.
Yes.
Everybody's looking for.
It's a beautiful a cappella Brian Wilson breakdown moment of the bridge. And I love that. And that was your idea.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it, but we didn't, because we just whipped up the majority of the track in no time flat.
It happened so quickly. It was like, I didn't even know what hit us.
And you sent me like the rough mix, and then in the editing process, I was so in love with the rough mix because like it was so quick from like inception to like some reference point of what it would sound like that I was like, just listen to that rough, unedited so many times. I'm like, oh my God, I love this.
You fell in love with the rough unmastered mix. Yeah. It turned into an unhealthy.
Never fall in love with a rough mix, ladies.
It turned into an unhealthy relationship. I had to bust it up. Yeah.
There were some attachments, some codependency.
Mm-hmm. But we had a great arm wrestling session about what we needed to do. And you made some very valid and appreciated comments, and we both got what we wanted.
Yeah. Now I know the trick to getting what I want is to be like, this makes me feel uncomfortable.
And I fall for it every time.
And the